I wanted to make college affordability a leading issue for me. It's always been buried in a line item in the budget. It's not just a talking point that it helps with jobs, it's a fact. And we know that where most of the folks are going to be hiring on good paying jobs, it's just much, much less likely that you'll even be eligible for getting those jobs if you don't have it. I see it as part of this broader wealth inequality conversation we're having as well, where I actually think we're moving backwards. With a 600% tuition increase here, I couldn't afford to go to college now where I went before, and even so, I'm still paying student loans. So I think if we step back and think about what kind of freedom people have to have the life they want, the job they want, to pursue anything else they want to do in their life, I think it begins there. And so you may have followed as the state has continued to cut higher ed. That cost shift has been moved to students, and it's flipped. So students are now paying the higher share instead of the state share. So I really want to do a variety of things to actually look at college affordability. Childcare is an interesting one that hasn't always hit the radar for what's top and center, and our Economic Poverty Reduction Task Force has really identified this as an issue. For those of you, and I don't have kids, but my brother has kids, and when he had 4 at one point in different stages of childcare, and it's now more expensive for 1 year of infant care and daycare than for a 4-year in-state tuition. So we're now asking families on stagnant wages after 30 years to somehow find a way to essentially pay the annual equivalent of in-state tuition per child just in daycare, and hope that at the tail end of that, they also still have money to send that same child to at least maybe an in-state option or trade school or something else like that. And so when you're looking at leveraging debt of the equivalent of a college education before they've even hit kindergarten, and then you're looking at that 600% inflation rate on college, and you're looking at stagnant wages, and you're talking about an increased share of healthcare expenditures, even for people who are insured out of pocket, even with the Affordable Care Act. To me, I feel like we've blocked opportunity for a generation. The $1 trillion that student loan debts are being carried by our young people, I think, amounts to indentured servitude. And it affects the careers they pursue and the dreams they have, where they start to make decisions based on how can I afford to pay back my student loans, as opposed to what do I really want to do with my life and my career.